Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear students, welcome back to this online lecture series of Hera English School Standard 10th for the subject of Science 2. So if you remember, in the last lecture we had begun with the new chapter, that is chapter number 4, Environmental Management, and in that introduction part I had taught you about ecosystem, and then we had also discussed a topic like food chain, food web. Today we are going to move ahead with a further topic like environmental conservation and need for environmental conservation. So students, as it was told, environment, it is playing very important role in our day-to-day life. We being the part of this environment, and how important is this environment for us, and why there is need for conserving the environment. So as is mentioned, you can see when some natural factors of environment and some artificial polluted factors harm the environment, it creates imbalance between various factors. So this imbalance factor between various factors of the environment leads to the different problem to the biotic component of this environment. So here one should understand how important environment is for all the biotic factors which is a part of this environment, whether this microorganism, whether it's those animals living in water, whether the animals living on land, and we human being as well. One more thing I would like to add, as you would be knowing that the government has reduced the syllabus. About 25% of the syllabus has been reduced from each subject. So here, as we have already finished the 2 chapters, but this is the 3rd chapter and we have already started it. So as we will move ahead in this chapter, I will let you know which part of the chapter has been reduced. Okay, so on this particular page, can you see this part of this observe and feel the information? This part has been excluded. Okay, so there is no need to do this part. So as we'll move ahead, I will let you know, and those 2 chapters which we had already finished, about that also I will let you know later on. There is a very important quote, it is given over here, given by Gandhi ji. The earth is sufficient to satisfy everyone's need, but not the greed. What a great thought it is. What Gandhi ji says, that earth is sufficient for all of us because it satisfies our need. Okay, everyone's need, whether it's small creature to bigger animals, everyone's need gets satisfied on this earth, the planet earth. It's a blessing from Almighty Allah. Okay, but we, the greed which we have in us, that greed cannot be completed. Okay, the greeds are unlimited. Okay, so very good thought given by Gandhiji. Moving ahead, so at present many environmental problems have arisen due to the effect of various natural and artificial factors on the earth. Environmental pollution is one of those main factors. Can you see this? Line, environmental pollution is one of those main factors. Which factor? Which is responsible for the imbalance of our environment. Generally, contamination of any material is its pollution. What is pollution? The line says, contamination of any material is its pollution. So anything gets contaminated, it becomes pollution. Unnecessary and unacceptable change in the surrounding environment due to natural events or human activity is called as environmental pollution. So question can come, what is environmental pollution? So you can write this line, unnecessary and unacceptable change in the surrounding environment due to natural events or human activities is called as environmental pollution. Okay, so environmental pollution is due to what? Human and natural activity which are not necessary, which are not acceptable, which is happening in our around surrounding, which is happening in our environment, and that leads to environmental pollution. That is direct or indirect changes in physical, chemical and biological properties of air, water and soil. Why? Because air, water and soil, these are easily available in our environment. Okay, these are abundant in our environment, and we live between all of these things, and this is harmful, which will be harmful once these things get polluted. Air, water and soil, they get polluted. Now it's become harmful to human and other living beings in environmental pollution. Now various reasons. Now what are the reasons? Well, let us know the reasons behind this activity. It's a natural activity or human activity. What are the reasons behind this? So various reasons like population explosion, fast industrialization. It's population explosion, fast industrialization, okay, indiscriminate use of natural resources. Okay, now see this line: population explosion, fast industrialization and indiscriminate use of natural resources. Another one, deforestation and unplanned urbanization are responsible for environmental pollution. So these are different reasons. Okay, population explosion. Okay, the people are, you know, increasing day by day. Every country is facing this problem, major of the country. Okay, then comes fast industrialization, means industries are being set up. Okay, you can see the lands which are available for agriculture purposes, they are being, destroyed, they are being demolished, they are being used to construct or establish industries. Then comes indiscriminate use of natural resources. We have so many things, we get abundant of minerals from our earth, and those resources are being used, in any way. And then comes deforestation, cutting of trees. Okay, those forests get destroyed, haphazardly, no planning, nothing. Unplanned urbanizations, the cities are being built up, okay, without any proper planning, and this all contribute to environmental pollution. Okay? So this gives idea, okay, how our environments are getting polluted. So here we have to think of all this activity which we are carrying out. Moving ahead. Now on this particular page, this chart part is being reduced. Okay, now this is not to be done. Okay, usually this part used to come in exam, okay, in your school exam as well as sometime in board exam. So this part has got reduced now. Now only we have to understand about fog and pollution in city, which is a problem. So pollution is a broad concept. Okay, it's a broad concept. It's a big thing to study. Various type of pollution. There are different types of pollution. What are different types of pollution? Like, it's air pollution, water pollution, sound, soil, thermal, light pollution. Okay, this all occur around us. Ultimate adverse effect of all this is existence of all the living organisms, and out of this, environmental conservation has become the need of art. So adverse effect that take place of all this, okay, ultimate adverse effect on of all this is on existence of the living organism, and out of all this, environmental conservation has become need of art. So why there is need of conserving the environment? Because different pollutions that exist, like air pollution, water pollution, sound, soil, thermal, light, all these are existing, and so we are living now. This has become a part of our life, and it's disturbing our life, okay, disturbing our environment, and that disturbs our life. So we have to, okay, we have to conserve an environment, the environment in which we are living. Okay. So moving ahead of this, so here need of environmental conservation, this part is to be understand. Okay, so on this particular page, okay, you can see this a peek into the history. This is got eliminated, and this chart as well got eliminated. Not like to do all this though. So let us go through this part: need of environmental conservation. So general public is not aware, okay, it's not aware about the rules of environment conservation. So major of the people are not aware what are the rules. So there should be large scale participation of the people. Okay, there should be large scale. So let me do this again. This part got eliminated. So what the line says, there should be large scale participation of the people in environment conservation. So one person cannot do this. Okay, it's not a 10 people or 100 people. We all have to come together, being educated. We are getting education. Okay, so we should know what are our responsibilities, what are our duties towards this planet earth. Okay, so what we are going to give to our future generation, we all have to think over it. So it will be possible to answer the environmental problems only if environmental protection conservation becomes an effective public movement. See what important line it is. It will be possible to answer the environmental problems only if environmental protection conservation becomes an effective public movement. So different public movement taking place and had taken place in our country and in all different parts of the world, which to some extent, I can say, to some extent have reduced to certain environmental issues, have put on the light on certain environmental issues that different people who are working in our country as well. If I name some of them, recently there's a person called as Mr. Afroz Shah working in Mumbai in cleaning, the Warsaw beach. If you want to know, you can go and Google his name, Mr. Afroz Shah. He's working on cleaning Mithi River. It is a big river. It's a very important river in Mumbai. Have caused flood in 2005. Okay, and he had cleaned the Warsaw beach. He got award for this activity, and his group, his volunteers are working tirelessly for cleaning, and there are different people who are working for the protection of our environment. So these people are source of inspiration for us. Okay, so for these people's value like positive attitude and affection towards environment, knowledge about it, etc., should be inculcated among the children since their childhood. Now this is the very important age, very important stage of your life where you should understand what attitude we should have towards the environment. Okay, so that's why this chapter has been included in your syllabus. So if at this stage of your life you understand what is your role in protecting the environment, then inshallah you will do something good in this after your school life. Right now as well you can do something or you contribute yourself in protecting the environment. So this will help to make the future generation more aware about environmental conservation and protection. So that's what I have said you now. So as to achieve this, it is necessary to increase the awareness through education. So this line again is very important, to increase the awareness through education. So today all the developed, developing and underdeveloped countries have accepted the responsibility of environmental protection. So you must be knowing every year there take place session in United Nations where different countries of the world come together and they discuss this problem of environmental protection. So whether it's a developed country or a developing country like us or underdeveloped countries, they come and sit at one place, sit at one platform, they discuss the issue, try to solve up the problems. So this is what everywhere the things are happening, and their efforts are in that direction. They have defined the future plans about environmental protection and have constituted necessary laws. So there are different laws at different levels. Every country have their own law about protecting the environment. So we'll stop here. Inshallah, next time we'll discuss about further topic of this chapter. By the time whatever I have taught you, read it, and we'll meet in the next lecture. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.